Hello, welcome everybody to the introduction to the 2023 SIMPTE Media Technology Summit. I am your host, Joel Welch. I hope all of our friends and colleagues are having a good day. We have with us today, and I will bring her on screen momentarily, but Ms. Iris Wu is an education director for SIMPTE. She's also the MTS conference co-chair and is knowledgeable of the process uh, of how papers are selected and what's in the program, etc. But we want to make this as interactive as possible. So whatever platform you're on, whether it's LinkedIn, YouTube, or Facebook, please go ahead and add your questions, say hello to everybody. So now it is my pleasure to bring on screen Ms. Iris Wu. Iris has been involved with SIMPTE for a long time, haven't you, Iris?
Hello, everyone.
How are you
Nice
today?
to see you. I'm good.
You
I'm lost in layers of video tab.
ah
Can I find a one with you guys?
um y-
Anyway,
y-
I'm good. Am I still
good,
in
good,
frame?
good.
If I'm in frame, then I'm good.
Oh, good, good, good. You not only are SIMPTE education director, but you're founder of MVideo as well. Is that correct?
Yes, and then I'm also helping Barcode to set up their HDL workflow.
Oh, perfect, perfect. Before we get to our conversation here, I do want to remind our guests that in the upper right hand corner of your screen, there is a QR code. And that QR code will bring you directly to the registration page for the Media Technology Summit. So please go ahead and scan that. Um, Iris, how did you get involved with the MTS this year?
I just find this window back. Hi, everyone. Now I can see you guys.
Oh, hello.
MGS.
Yes.
So got involved. One day someone asked me if I want to chair, so I volunteered myself. Sure, I can chair. So that's the involvement. But I've been like participating in the media summit since long time ago. So it's very honor to be able to chair it and make some different stuff.
Oh, good, good. Um, I wonder if you could tell us a little bit about the process for selecting papers, because I know we had a lot of submissions this year for the program. Maybe uh, someone, one of our colleagues that are off screen, can give us a count of how many papers were submitted. But how are the papers selected? Is there one person, two people, a whole program committee?
Now we have a whole program committee in different areas too. So we go through the paper and then we select the topic we're interested in, some are assigned, and then we read through the whole thing and then we discuss on the relevant of the industry, the innovation. And then also we don't want because some are just really pure marketing. We want something really
Mhm.
educative and informative to the industry. So we do spend a lot of time, a month and month on that. And finally we pick this ones that we think, okay, now it's really good. And now it's the second round. We inform the authors and the team say, hey, you're past the restaurant, the first round. And then there'll be time for rebuttal if we don't like something, want them to improve something, and then we work with them on the full paper. So there's quite a few back and forth on those kind of stuff. And I'm really appreciate for all the committee members in the paper selection because it's quite a lot of work.
You can see on the screen that Ian McSpadden says, Iris, thank you for engaging and bringing your expertise to the summit planning. I
Hi,
think there are
Ian.
a lot of people that feel that way. Um, is there anything different about this year's program? I mean, what does the focus of the program look like, or is there a focus?
I personally, um, I'm a fan of communication. Communication meaning mutual understanding. It's a little bit like dating, you know. If you want to teach someone, first you understand you're so different, but you try to understand each other. And then that's one of the things I feel like I personally wanted more in this industry. Is that there are different type of communication and mutual understanding. One is for me, it's like horizontal. Like we have this gigantic pipeline in the M&A
Mhm.
industry. Like, can we let different part of the people understand each other? So that's one of the point, one of the topic that I'm really interested in. For example, pre-production people, post-production people, in production people, we have all these different tools. But SMT as a organizations, we should connect them together and have them talk about this technology because we are putting out um, the standards and recommendation, right? So this kind of mutual understanding is very important. So that's one of the focus we have now. And especially right now, we have all this different technology in all sort of different corner of the industry. So to be able to be in one place, understand different stuff, for me, it's like a cheat sheet. So
Mhm.
we'll come to the place and listen from the best. And then, okay, that's how registration works. That's how video encoding works, things like that. So for me, it's like learning process that people tell me this is the future, this is how we do it, and then maybe we can inspire and get a new problem. Oh, I got too long there. And the second part
No, keep
is more
talking, keep talking.
second part is more like vertical because a lot of paper we submit are like research paper because it's legit peer reviewed paper, right? So for them to talk about, hey, we have this new cool method to do this stuff. And then we also have industry people who use this technology. So they can give feedback saying, okay, they have this tool, how do we utilize that? Or does that even make sense? So we have also seen the problem from different angles. Sometimes it's a case study. So it's a really open platform for everyone to be able to talk about their technology issues or how they Frankenstein something to make it work. So for the engineers, they can listen to this case study and maybe they can find some other point to get in, right? What? My video is pixelated? Okay, I'm sorry. That's technology part. And then for the production people, they can know that what are the technology they can use that will impact their workflow in the future.
Thank you so much. Um, what stands out about, this year's program compared to, prior years? Anything?
This year, there's something I'm really, really excited. I'm so excited, but I'm not allowed to talk about that yet.
Oh,
But
okay.
like what I said, there's so many things happening in the industry. So sometimes we're overly focused on something like it's really hot, like all the buzzword, but what are the stuff? So this year we have some companies or talents that never really involved with SMT before and coming here showing their cool stuff. It's cool.
So if you can't talk about maybe the specific companies or anything like that, can you give us a little hint about maybe the technologies so that we might
So
see that.
we spend a lot of time on the offsites, like offsite visit. That's one
Mhm.
of the things we've been doing for a few years. So we have our attendees split into group to different places. So this year, one is of course virtual production, and one is immersive experience, and one is live broadcasting. So we'll take them to some really cool venue and check out really cool things. And some of them is like, whoa, so cool. It's like um I told a lot of people around me, they will say, wow, they never do gone there before. Don't know how it's been done. But now is the first time they open up the venue, we can go in and check it out. And student engagement is another thing, like Ian mentioned, I really like. So we're trying to get more student engaged because that's the other thing SMT is really pushing for because we need new people to come in and we want them to learn about SMT, want them to learn about technology and as a standard body, like how do we make sure the industry going forward in the continuous direction, things like that. So yes, week we have a SMT event, the virtual production event, and we have several student volunteer doing like the AC work or helping on different stuff. And they are really good. It's like they can see or shadow us. How do we put up the production while learning? And then now we all become friends. We'll go drink together. So for industry networking and bring more student in is something really cool. But that's a set trap. Second, we should be to talk about program, right? Get program. So program this year, we also talk about something more case study and production film related stuff. So we got feedback by the past few years is a little bit more about broadcasting side. So this year we bring back the film and production a little bit more. So there will be case study about feature films.
I think that's a wonderful idea. Yes. Um, I think not only the program itself, but you had mentioned specifically for the students how you get to work with them and get to know them and become friends and colleagues with them. Um, Networking is a big part of the event, is it not?
Networking is and networking is a big part of the whole industry. And you go to different
Mm.
places, you meet different people. And I think SMT is a really good one because they are the people knowing about technology. And it's an open platform for everyone, especially now because everything's changing, right? A lot of things is changing. There are strike happening, and it's go back to my point. Sometimes I feel it's just misunderstanding. If we can help, if we can understand each other more, and a lot of things wouldn't have to happen. That's my personality. You can have a like disclaimer that this is not Simpli's view. Like I always have this kind of stuff. But you know people would talk to people, and then somehow we become colleagues work together. So networking is always important. My my opinion. And
For sure.
then yeah,
Um,
what? Okay.
what makes SMPTE's conference different from the whole? I mean, there are lots of conferences that people can go to, especially now that we can go and travel and go to different places. In your opinion, what makes this conference different than the others?
This I want to go back a little bit on what I said. This is an interest time because everything's changing. And that goes to your question because it's an interesting time. Everything's changing. And SEMT, as an international standard body, we put out standards. Everyone knows that. We put out recommendations. We put out reference. So it's really a place for the industry leaders and pioneer to get together and discuss what's the future look like for the industry. So participating in SEMT and Meet Tech Summit for me is like really important because you have I will encourage to people to get their voice sound because now is the time. If we're going to put out some standard in the future, you will want your opinion, either it's your opinion or your company's opinion. You will want your opinion be included or listened or considered, right? So this is the place where it happens. So highly recommend everyone comes in and tell us what you think about AI. Tell us what you think about virtual production. We have RIS, like handling all the workflow and stuff. Even that, a lot of people still don't participate enough. So we are keep improving this kind of stuff. So really welcome everyone to come and tell us what you think about technology, about the future of the industry, and really shape how it will look like for us.
Thank you. Uh, SMPTE has in the past has been perceived as being the society for high-end engineers and folks who are inventors and the top of the engineering pyramid and such. And so um, I've heard in the past that sometimes it can be a little scary for people. But is that really the only target audience for the conference?
I mean, I can go. Everyone here is way smarter than I am. Well, like
Oh,
I said, it's
stop.
a cheat
Stop,
sheet.
stop.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, it's a cheat sheet. It's always really nice to know from the best people. And they will like
Mhm.
condense the information to 2 paragraphs for you, or the 30 minutes talk. Isn't that great? And then for me, it's really good. And I just like, I was smiling because I was thinking about the pool party. Pool party, you are going to have a pool party this year, guys. There will be DJ.
Wow. Wow, wow,
But
wow.
anyway,
Sounds very
but but no, it's just like I think everyone is specialized in their areas. Like some engineers, they might not be that hard up, I would say, but they're super smart and a super deep in their specialty. So for them, if they can come in and share some of the experience that they have, some of the problem they bump into and learn from others, I think it's good. It's all go back to that mutual understanding and communication, right? So I don't think it's just um a conference for standard people. We set standards. We go talk about standard. It's really to understand um all aspects of the technology really. Especially it's going to become a standard. That means your workflow will change. You'll want to
Yes,
step
yes,
back
yes,
when
yes.
something go really wrong. So remember when we always complain that some people doing the high up work and they don't understand what's really going on, like in workflow wise, right? So this is the time we really want all people come in and talk to us and talk to your colleague, your peers, and then we can make everything easier for everyone.
Ian's funny. He says, "They let me in too." He says, "I originally felt intimidated to join the group, but they love to share their knowledge and learn what I know." Thank you,
Yeah,
Ian. And he goes on to say that everyone can both learn and contribute.
yeah.
Um, I'm not going to ask you to remember every single topic that's in the program, but just off the top of your head, I know you mentioned that both the film industry, broadcast, and I assume streaming is represented in there as well because it's kind of cutting across the industry. But what are some of the technology topics without giving away any secrets? What are
They are really everything. There are things about, I mentioned about virtual production, of course, AI, of course,
hmm?
and then video coding. I briefly mentioned about that. And there'll be, oh, that's a really hard English word, restoration.
Oh yes,
Restoration. And we talk
perfect.
about sustainability of the industry. We talk about color. We talk about sound. We talk about image quality, things like that. And it's just really everything from your home, from OTT, and all the way to the theater. Fenty is a really large organization. It's like motion picture and television, right? So it's really everything.
Yeah, that's been one of the challenges that I think SMPTE has worked to address over the years, is because it does cover such a broad range of industry sectors.
Yes.
And our good friend Maya is in the background helping us to look at the different topics, and she mentioned several that you said. She said immersive media, OTT, streaming, encoding, AI, color science, and to me that sounds like a very very interesting program. Um,
And that's like yeah, I'm impressed for myself. I didn't miss anything.
no, you did very
That
well.
no, that's a proof of how extensive of time we spend on selecting the papers. I feel like I've known them for years now.
How long was the process? Uh, did you start earlier in the year? Did it happen over a couple of weeks? How long was the process for selecting papers? And
I
about
forgot
approximately.
already. I think it's a half a year, right? Is that right, Maya? Because I'm doing so many things at the same time.
Oh,
So it's a little bit messed up. It feels like a month-long process. I think it's like
Hmm.
3 or 6 months because we have different rounds. We have initial review, and then we reach out, then a rebuttal, and a second round of review, and then we discuss, and then we fight with each other. Some judge will think this paper is better, and other judges say no, there's no innovator. So it's like it's
So the papers that have been selected have really gone through a process of scrutinizing them and making sure that the best papers uh, that the program committee feels is best for the industry are shown at the conference. But also, um, it sounds as though those that are selected, there was feedback from the program committee on how to make them better. Is that true?
because it's a peer-reviewed paper that will later
Mm.
be put in a SMT journal. So for it's like all the peer-reviewed paper for whatever research method or result, we want them to be rounded. So sometimes you just give us a really vague language and describing something. We'll say, hey, this is too vague. I want to see 10 more data points or things like that. So it's a normal thing will happen in the journal. So I think SMT media journal is one of the I think it's the only one only peer reviewed paper in the media entertainment industry. I'm not talking about AES, this kind of peer review paper because that's sound, but in media entertainment in general, I think SMT is the only one that put out peer reviewed paper.
I believe you're correct. And then the papers that come out of the conference are submitted to SMPTE's board of editors, so it goes through another round of peer review and scrutinization. I think from experts that cover the topics of those particular papers. So
Mhm.
the papers are excellent. And presentations are excellent in the program at the conference. They are fine tuned going into the SMPTE Motion Imaging Journal. So when they're published, you know that they have really been looked over very carefully, and again, the cream of the crop comes through based on the topic.
I think another thing I want to mention is we have very strict rule in SMT conference, especially that there's no marketing accepted. So
Mm,
people submitted or presented, they are really for the better good of the industry, and they're not here to sell you something. And you sit there at 30 minutes, just listen to their marketing pitch. So we don't allow that to happen. So it's really informative, it's fun and interesting.
cool, cool. Um, I'm going to ask your opinion. Um, why should somebody register for the summit? Why? Why go? Why must they be there?
Isn't this one of the mascot event? And I know that before it was called like SMT annual SMT
Technical
technology
conference.
conference, technical
Technical.
conference. So long, even don't remember the name anymore. And now it's Media Summit. It's the same thing. So some people say, "Oh, that's a new thing." No, it's not. We just changed the name, so it's the same thing. So is there really that yearly gathering of all your peers and cool people? Some of them you just see them once a year because most of the time they just sit in front of the computer inside the AC room.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
Doing research and cool stuff, and this is the only time they'll work out under the sun. So talk to them and meet them. I think it's really good. The program is good. And then, like I said, like there's a platform for everyone to express their opinion and stuff. And I think some is a really good organizations on those. Yeah. Like what? Maya keeping texting me. Did I say something wrong?
You did not. She's actually helping us. She says, "For more than 100 years, people have met in the conference to exchange expertise for the purpose of the betterment of the industry, as well as for networking." Um,
Yeah.
so
And
it's
there's pool
100 years
party.
old. Pool party. Zandra has a comment as well as she says, "This is fantastic. Great job, Iris and MTS planning team. Register now early registration discount ends Saturday. I'm glad you brought that up, Zandra. Absolutely. Early
Mhm.
bird registration ends on Saturday. So you
Yes.
see that you see that QR code in the upper right hand corner? Get your phone out and the perfect positioning. Thank you. Yes, go ahead and scan that, register, and
And Zendra just talked. She's my co-chair. She's amazing.
I'm glad you mentioned that. Thank you, Zandra. Um,
Zendra.
so the summit technical program we've established is excellent. Um, the program committee that selected the papers are peer review. Um, what's the word? They have expertise in a broad range of topics that cover the topics of industry sectors. In the industry, but there's also an exhibit hall. Now, you've spent time in the exhibit hall in prior conferences, correct? What what what
Yes.
what have you found? What's the benefit besides um, hearing from the salespeople in the exhibit hall? And again, Maya's helping us here.
I think one thing about I go to all the trade shows because that's my passion. Go to trade show and try out new stuff. It's just so cool. And the cool thing about the 71 because I think because they know it's empty. So you don't normally see like just like salespeople there. They're really like knowledgeable. So you can ask
Mhm.
them really geeky, difficult question. They're able to respond. And that for me is really satisfying. I like ask questions.
Maya, what she was texting us or chatting and putting in the chat is that there are exhibit floor sessions as well this year, which is a new thing.
And
So not
Zendra is helping on that too. Zendra is working on that.
excellent, excellent. So not only do you get quality technical and engineering papers in the main conference program, but you also can see additional content in the exhibit floor as well. So sounds like a very well-rounded, um, deep but relatable program for members across the industry.
It is. What?
Uh,
Emerging tech. What? Emerging tech theater? Well, that sounds pretty cool.
and it's in the exhibit hall this year. Excellent, excellent. Let's see. We only have a couple of minutes
This
left.
year's going to be fun. Just join us. Well, there's nothing to do in Hollywood, right? In Hollywood, not October. So we go to some tea conference and then go straight into Halloween. That's the plan.
Great. And Sally from SMPTE says the full program is on Tuesday and Wednesday. Concurrent tracks this year. Can anybody tell us? Since I've not since I'm no longer on SMPTE staff, want to know if there are concurrent tracks. Usually we have a couple of
Yes.
sessions going on, and
Yeah.
they're split to try to make them as useful as possible.
Yes.
Let's see. We have
Plus,
about a minute. Any final comments, Iris?
I would just encourage everyone to come and check out if you haven't come to some tea event. It's really educational. Know your peers, know more people networking and talk about the really like frontier technology in the industry and put your voice into the standard we're going to put out. If you don't speak for yourself, we're going to make standard for you.
I love it. I love it. Okay. Thank you so much, Iris. And Xandra, I want to thank you. You're off camera, but thank you for your contributions to developing the program and also all of the other hardworking people, program committee, SMPTE staff, for putting together what I'm sure is an excellent, excellent program as we've had in the past. And before we leave, we must do one more attempt. Early bird registration expires on August 12th. Don't
Register
miss.
today.
Yes, don't
Yes.
miss out. Please
Mhm.
scan that QR code and be there where your colleagues and your friends will be, and where you will learn a whole lot. Well,
Wait, August 12th
thank you
is
very
tomorrow,
much.
right?
The 12th is in 2 days. Yes,
Oh, in two
Saturday.
days.
Yep,
Okay,
today is
wonderful.
Thursday. So thank you very much, Iris. Thank you to
Thank you.
everybody else. Take
Thank you,
care,
everyone.
and see you at the conference. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.